magazines. And then it just like those guys look cool, dude. I want, just, I don't know. There was just something about down here that has always drawn me. I grew up in the Northwest. I think it was the cold weather. Just wanting to be somewhere warm where there's, bike tracks everywhere, trails everywhere, all the surf you can have. So,
dude, you mentioned ramps, dude. Huh? I think in like 81 or 82, BMX Action published building plans to build a ramp, a quarter pipe, in the magazine. And my friend called me up one day. He goes, "Hey, dude, let's build this ramp. My dad bought us all the wood. Well, cool. Let's go build this ramp." So we built the ramp. We took it over to my friend's house, and his dad got sick of us over there riding. So he goes, to get this damn ramp out of my yard. I don't want it here anymore. So we took it to my house, and I lived in my driveway was right on the sidewalk. So I had this quarter pipe in my driveway where when we would leave and go like on a family outing, and we'd come back and there'd be like, 10 or 15 kids in my driveway riding the ramp, trying to do aerials in my driveway. My dad would get freaked out. "Get out of here. What are you doing? I'm not even home and you're riding this ramp." So we tried to ramp ride, but we weren't that good. We'd always argue about, "Oh, dude, my back tire went over the top, dude. I got off the top." But we never went off the top, dude. We were pretty much strictly racing.
That's cool. My take on some of this is the translation of the material. Like doing a drop-in is kind of scary, especially the first time. And if it's a lot of vert, I mean, that takes balls, man. And every time I catch a wave, you're doing a drop-in basically. And
yeah,
I mean, it's a little more forgiving than asphalt, but if you fall wrong, you better have your stuff in a line and be looking ahead a few steps, or you're not going to be in a good spot. And you always want to be looking ahead. So,
looking back now, would you have stuck with that red line, or would you have gotten something else?
Oh man, I've thought about this because after all over the internet with your channel and a couple of those ones that showed like the vintage bike shows, I've got some dream bikes, dude. Like a black hutch. A hutch with black and chrome with some blue anodized mixed in. That's a beautiful picture, man. And then the Timmy Judge model, I thought that was cool in red. Favorite bikes, that one I told Crazy Ronnie's, whatever that, I call it a sleeper. I'm sure he knows what it is. But I mean, if you're a pro, I mean, bikes go through your hands like Keith Richards goes through his guitars, They probably ride different stuff all the time, dude. But dream bike would be like an Elf or a Bosch or a Holmes. Those were S&M, right? Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the long frame. I mean, that's what drew me to the pro line. But
dude, man,
yeah.
Do you know who the Holmes is named after?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know the story.
Dude, but I didn't know.
Waugh, dude. Yeah.
I didn't know, dude.
You do now, dude.
Dude, I interviewed
That's
John
crazy.
Salami, and we're talking about S&M, and I go, "Dude, who's the Holmes named after?" And he looked at me like he goes, "You don't know?" No, dude. Anyways, I know now.
Hey, can I tell you a story about how I became a metalhead, Kevin?
Sure.
Okay, so one of my first jobs was over by that Crossroads track in Bellevue. It was a Domino's Pizza delivery, and I had this piece of crap. My first car, a Datsun B210 hatchback. So that was my car going around Bellevue slinging pizza. And so I come back to the store. Well, actually, let me say this first. When we got our tips, every tip I ever made delivering pizza, next door to the pizza place in that little strip mall, there was a liquor store. We just go in there and buy junk food with we'd have $5-10, come back. I'd eat my money with junk food. I was so stupid, man. I didn't save no. I mean, then bike parts, of course, but anyway, after a delivery one afternoon, I come back to reload pizzas for my deliveries, and there's a bunch of Bellevue police cars out in the front of the shop. I walk up, and there's a radio blasting above the Coke machine, and my manager, who's got long ass hair, is getting slammed by Bellevue police up on the Coke machine. The glass to the door's cracked because his head's pushed in it. His face is all squished up there. There's blood and teeth flying. There's 4 cops holding him, and he's fighting like the devil. And on the top of the Coke machine, there's a boom box, and it was I think it was 1982 or 82 or 83, maybe 84. It was when Ride the Lightning came out from Metallica, but From Who the Bell Tolls was playing at full blast while my manager was getting arrested, and I found I was dealing weed out of the store. Big, duh, figure that out. But the mayhem of seeing that shit, I turned into a metalhead right there, and it was in the For Whom the Bell Tolls, when it was the triplets where it was that right when I walked in. I was like, damn, what a scene, dude. Yeah.